Hello everyone and welcome to the Bearded Geeks, the weekly grab bag of topics covering movies, comics, video games and TV. My name is Jages, I'm the Beard Master. With me today it's Bobby Baxter.
G'day.
How you going, mate?
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good. You a bit bagging under the eyes, brother?
A little bit, yeah. It's been a big few weeks with the little one. Yeah.
It's been lonely.
Oh, what have you been doing?
Deadpool. What did I do the week before that? I can't even remember what I did the week before that. Oh, Batman Ninja. That's what I did the week before that.
Yep.
Did you listen to any of them?
Nah.
Shit ass.
I don't have time for that.
Shit ass.
I'll get there.
We've got to get those shit ass t-shirts made so you can wear one every day.
Yeah, it's my slogan for life.
And it's a big monumental day here in the Beard Cave today. Can I call you a guest beard? A bearded lady. I don't know how that works. It's Maz Walter. Maz, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Well,
Sultry.
I think that voice is almost as silky as Pat's. Yeah. Hey, Maz, thanks for coming in.
Mate, thanks. Thanks for having me.
That's all right. That's all right. We should just apologize at the start of the show because we've put this episode off for 3 weeks.
Yeah,
because we planned to do it 3 weeks ago.
This is
but
all
we
your fault.
put it off and put it off. And
This
put
is
it
all
off.
your fault. I was ready. I shaved my legs and everything.
Shaved my legs, grew my beard. I was ready to go.
No, but thanks for being so understanding in that as well.
Oh, it's easy. I'm easy. Not in that kind of
Probably
way.
want to say that too loud anyway. So, Maz, fill in some of our listeners in that and your geek cred. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What are you into? What do you
My
like?
geek cred. Well, I am a huge Overwatcher. It's basically what I do nearly every single day for the past year. My partner got me into it. He was onto it for a whole year and... I'm like, oh, this looks interesting. And then he finally got it for me. And then now I've become the master. And now I am the teacher.
So he was doing the sales pitch for a whole year beforehand. And then...
Yeah. And I just didn't get it. And then I started playing it and then I got it.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm a huge Overwatcher right now. I love the pop culture stuff, of course. So your anime, your, DC, Marvel... universe, cinematic universe.
Oh, we're all about that around here.
Right? Oh gosh, what else? I don't know. I love cosplaying. Cosplaying is something that I really love.
Yep.
I'm a makeup artist, photographer, model, alternative model. I say that loosely because I'm not signed. Those models will be like, yo, you're not with an agency. What are you doing here? You can't say you're a model.
I'm a freelance alternative model.
I'm a freelancer. I'm a loose, easy freelancer.
So, tell me about Overwatch. Who do you like to play as?
Well, I main d.va. Duh.
Right.
Duh. She's the ultimate waifu bae. In her mech, I'm very much into d.va and her mech, and her original colors for her mech are pink, and
it's all
her
falling
logo's
into
a
place
bunny.
right now.
Yeah.
This is the most hot pink that I've actually ever seen in the Beard Cave. Actually, you're like.
You got bubblegum pink
Very
hair. And, yeah.
colorful. I tried to dial it down today. Yeah, I also am really loving playing Moira, who is support. So she's like a healer and damage dealer all in one. I mostly play her in competitive.
Yep.
Because, where are your DPS without your support to heal?
It's getting real deep.
Yeah. We're getting deep on Overwatch. All the Overwatch fans out there are going to be loving this.
Yeah.
All right. And I love Symetra. Everybody's going to be like, oh, God, another Symetra main. God damn it. If you knew who Symetra was, she has this purple beam and you don't really need to point and shoot. It just attaches to you. I don't know, some weird hand thing that just wants to touch you, tentacles. Yeah, tentacles. That's a good way to put it. She's literally cancer. And I love playing her.
Is that the healer gun? Is that what that one is? No.
Symetra. It's when her gun, her little white, blue wiry substance is attached to you, it takes off all the damage. So once Symetra's attached to you, you're dead.
Right, okay.
Yeah. And she has little turrets that she can put up as well. So that also.
Ah, now I know the one you mean.
Yeah, she's the Indian one.
Yeah.
She's not very attractive, but God, she's a really fun character to play.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, right. You were big on Mercy there for a little while, weren't you, Bob?
Oh,
like
was
when
I?
we played.
I'm just the big guy that sits behind a giant shield. No, Mercy's the healer, isn't
Yeah,
it?
she's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the
Sorry.
angel.
The healer.
Yeah.
I was thinking the other one with the big shield, and you shoot behind.
Reinhardt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was basically those two were my two main ones, because I played a lot of Team Fortress back in the day, or Team Fortress 2. So I knew the healer quite inside out, because it was almost the same character jumping in between those games. So that Mercy character had almost the same gun, I think, where you shoot it and it kind of heals off into whatever you're kind of generally pointing at.
Yes.
Which I was like, oh, okay, cool, I can do this because I'm new and I don't have to aim.
Yeah.
I can just run around and look after everyone else. And then, the big Reinhardt one, I just like to sit in big doorways and pick off as many guys as I
Yeah.
Reinhardt! Catchphrase!
I like the robot dude where you like
Bastion.
Bastion, that's
Yeah.
the one you turn into a turret. Nah, he was pretty cool. I just like robots. You know me. I like
You're a
robots.
robot
He's a
guy.
very cool design, and he's extremely cute. I love his little voice lines. They're just so adorable. And he doesn't speak. It's just little robot talk. It's
I
so
liked
cute.
before the game came out and they brought out like those little mini films. And the one of
Yes,
Bastion
the
where it was like
shorts.
buried in stuff,
Oh my
and the
God,
shorts,
all
and
the
like with the
feels.
bird and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like,
It was so beautiful. Their shorts just grab you by the heart and just try to rip it out of you. Like
Mortal Kombat style.
I have such the feels for all the shorts. Like I even showed my mum and she liked them, which was really strange because mum isn't a gamer.
Mum can appreciate short films. That's
Yeah.
fine.
But what I really love about Mercy is for the people that have been recently playing over the past 2 weeks, they did a BCRF event, so Breast Cancer Research Foundation, and they brought out this beautiful pink Mercy skin that you obviously had to buy, but all the proceeds went to BCRF.
Cancer research and stuff.
Yeah,
for
which
sure.
was amazing. And, I was sleeping and I woke up and I saw it. And I'm like, oh my God, Bae, look at this amazing pink skin. It was made for me. And he's like, check your email. I already got it for you. I'm like, oh,
He's a keeper.
He's a keeper. Yeah, but I absolutely love it. I think they've raised over nearly or just over $10 million just for
that's
buying
insane.
the Mercy skin and watching streams and pre-ordering the shirt, which I've done. So now I have to wait a month to get it.
Nice one, Blizzard. Good on
Yeah,
Blizzard.
good
Yeah,
work.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, I thought it's one of the smartest moves they've done for Overwatch because everybody's
interesting.
just coming together.
Yeah.
And it makes you want to play Mercy now because she's been a bit broken.
Yeah,
They
right.
keep changing the way she plays, her gameplay, and so it's a great way to get back into Mercy and start enjoying her again.
Yeah. So are you a PC Overwatcher or a console? Or
Yes, I'm PC, but I use a controller.
heresy! You can
I
hear
know,
the pitchforks at the door.
sin. But look, I'm trying. I'm really trying. We've got the Razer keyboard now. We've got a d.va mouse on lay-by, a Razer one. So I'm hopefully gonna start doing a Twitch stream soonish once I get all the equipment and just start to learn how to play with mouse and keyboard because it's extremely difficult. Have you seen the length of my fingernails?
They're insane.
Pretty long. No, I gotta confess, I'm a bit of a controller user with the PC as well. I used to be a keyboard and mouse guy, and then I think just working on PCs my whole life, I started to be like, I need a separation from work,
Yes.
so play the controller a lot. And now I've gotten so used to the controller, it's hard to switch back the other way.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true because I grew up with controllers. I played PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox growing up, the little Game Boy Advance colors and stuff, like Game Boy Color, like, so I'm used to just using that kind of format. It was more my brother who was like into the whole mouse keyboard thing, and I just never grew up with it, which sucks because if I knew that Overwatch was happening, I think I would have practiced a bit earlier on the mouse and keyboard.
If I had the 20 years of foresight, I would have really got onto that PC mouse and keyboard.
Imagine the kill-death ratio and stuff.
Oh my god. My brother's like, you will be like 100 times better with mouse and keyboard. He's like, you're already amazing on a controller, but your SR, which is competitive SR points, he's like, it will go up by like 500, 1,000 just with using mouse and keyboard. Insane. So I'm like, yeah, I know.
No, we'll plenty of chance to practice soon.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if people realize if they're listening to the audio podcast, we are actually filming this today. We have a, 360 fly camera we've got set up here in the middle of the Beard Cave.
Christ, I nearly forgot it was sitting there. Hi.
That was like one of your stipulations, like when we first started the show. You're like, as long as we don't film it, I'll do it.
But you guys are so attractive. You have such sweet smiles, and people need to see your beards. You got to have that beard.
We're just like hidden behind these
pop
behind
these pop filters. See my baggy bloody
dad eyes.
Dead eyes.
So this is going to be on the internet somewhere. At some stage.
YouTube.
Yeah. So it's going to be on YouTube. So yeah, it's got the unedited version of our podcast because normally I edit the shit out of it for your pleasure.
Now he's pointing to the camera.
Now I'm just pointing you out there in YouTube land. I do this all for you. But yeah, this is going to be online. So this is a first for us today in many regards.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Technology, things we can embrace, Bob. People are going to see this now that I'll just like talk with my hands and I'm reaching out, trying to touch you.
He's trying to embrace me.
And trying not to show my beer label.
Well, I haven't even thought about that.
We are not sponsored by
Sponsored.
Now, I've watched some stuff in the last couple of weeks, Bob,
I bet
that you're probably not privy to. I binge watch. I haven't binge watched anything for a while. Actually, I tell a lie because I binge watched Attack on Titan the other day. Anyway, that's another story. I watched Cobra Kai on YouTube Red.
Yep.
So I sat down and rewatched the Karate Kid before I started, and then I watched the first 2 episodes of Cobra Kai were available on YouTube, and then you had to sign up to YouTube Red after that. So I pretty much just signed up, binge watched like the rest of the 8 episodes, and then just cancelled it. But I still have access to YouTube Red like for the next 20 whatever days and that. So I'm actually really liking it because like normally on my phone I'll be watching a YouTube video and I'll hit the power button and it'll like completely just stop. But with YouTube Red, it keeps playing the audio in the background. So I put my phone in my pocket and I'm like, what the fuck's that noise I can hear? It was like YouTube still playing in my pocket. I was like, shit. Turn that off. I was at work and everything too, so yeah.
Data caps. Yeah.
But no, I watched Cobra Kai, and honestly, man, it's probably the best show I've watched this year. It is really fucking good.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like it is really, really good.
Yeah. Give us the lowdown.
There's plenty of nostalgia, like to keep like fans of the franchise and that happy, but you know, it kind of updates that material to sort of modern day. So obviously, like in the original Karate Kid, you know, Daniel, we just got to get that every time I mention it now. The Karate Kid. So yeah, like Danny LaRusso, dyslexic, remember, moves to the Valley and stuff, moves to California or whatever, gets caught up with these bullies and stuff, the Cobra Kai bullies. They ride dirt bikes and shit, and they wear headbands, and they've all got like matching jackets and that, and it's fucking sick. But, you know, getting toward like Cobra Kai and stuff, like Johnny Lawrence, who was the bad guy in the first film who lost at the All Valley karate tournament and stuff. He's kind of the focus of the show on him. So he's kind of like the antagonist and the protagonist kind of at the same time. And he decides to reopen Cobra Kai, but sort of take it in a different direction. And he pretty much like takes in like what's the word I'm after?
So, like the broken kids.
Yeah, like all the broken kids
home
and shit, like all the kids that are picked on and bullied, and the kids that are overweight and all this kind of thing, and
The outcast.
the outcast. That's the fucking thank you, Maz. That's the word I was after.
Yeah, I'm
the
over
outcast.
here. Hello. How
Yeah,
you
don't
doing?
look at me for your big words, for your big outcast words.
So yeah, so it's this really great show. Like it just hits every beat. Like it's got enough nostalgia, like to really sort of fuel that, but it doesn't really sort of just like ham it in. Like, oh, we're gonna put in a wax on, wax off here because it's what you're expecting. They kind of like, if they're gonna work in like a throwback to one of the older films or the first film, they're like incorporate it into the story. Like we're not gonna put that in there just because we can. We're gonna actually like work it into the story and stuff and that. And there are a couple of great beats in that in there, like nostalgia beats and stuff. But yeah, it's a really fucking good series. Ralph Macchio's back as Daniel LaRusso. He owns like a car dealership and stuff, and he's doing pretty well off in that. And then he finds out like Johnny Lawrence is reopening Cobra Kai, and the sort of the old rivalry starts to brew back up like between them. And yeah, it's a really good series. It's 10 episodes. They're like 25 to sort of 30 minutes each. And literally, I binge watched all 10 episodes in one night. It was really bloody good. I'm going to watch them all
I'm
again.
a mega binge watcher.
Yeah.
I binge. I get it.
What was the last thing you binged, Maz?
Oh, the last thing I binged, Darling in the Franxx, recently.
Don't know what that is. What is that?
Oh, God, how do you not know Darling in the Franxx?
That's why you're here, so you can tell me.
Right? Well, it's a new anime. It's like a new mecha anime.
Oh man, I'm all
like-
about mecha anime. This is what I want to know.
Yeah,
Sorry, Bob.
it's
Don't
like
worry
the
about that.
new-
You just sit over there and be quiet.
It's like the new Evangelion. It's incredible.
Don't say the E word to me. I get too excited. We'll talk a little bit more about Evangelion later.
Yeah. No, Darling in the Franxx. It's new. It came out, I think, at the start of this year, but I didn't know about it until a couple of weeks ago when Chris, my partner, he's like, you need to watch this with me. I think you'd really like it. The main chick has pink hair like you. And I'm like, ooh.
I'm sold.
I think I should. And then we watched one episode and then watched the second episode. And I'm like, I need to know what happens next. And then we got up to episode 16, which was like at the time where we were all caught up. I'm like, oh God, I have to wait another week for the next episode. Shit just started to get real. Like, so you could say I'm binge watching it every week, waiting for the next episode.
What's
and
it coming out on? Is it Netflix or?
No. We watch it online. We do the naughty and watch it online.
Okay, righto. Yeah.
It might be on Crunchyroll. That's my guess of where it probably.
Or Anime
does it.
Lab. Yeah, one of the two.
Lab,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely one of those anime things. But I let Chris get the content, and I sit there and watch it.
Consume.
I consume.
You just yell from the other side of the house. Did you get that new episode yet?
Yeah,
Yes.
no, it's amazing. The main, there's a main female and main male, and 02 is the female, and she's got Klaxosaur, like she's half Klaxosaur, which is like
An alien race.
yeah, like in Evangelion, the
Angels.
the angels, yeah, they're like the angels basically.
Getting excited.
You know, because they all, each one has a different form. So they pilot mechas, right? And to pilot these kind of mechas, you have to have a male and female teen.
They're always teens.
They're always teens, right?
Wouldn't be anime.
They have to mesh together, like they're.
So it's kind of like a Pacific Rim kind of thing.
Yes,
You got two pilots and they have to
precisely.
like be in sync and stuff.
Yes,
yeah.
they have
Right.
to be in sync.
Yeah.
And the mechas that they pilot are really freaking cute, by the way. Like, they're adorable. And basically, they go out, fight these Klaxosaurs, and save the little plantations that they live in to make sure that the Klaxosaurs don't come in and eat everybody.
Klaxosaurs. That's pretty cool.
Klaxosaurs.
Yeah, like I was saying, I just binge watch Attack on Titan again because I got season 2 on Blu-ray. So I'm going to rewatch season 1 because I watched season 2 on Anime Lab last year. I watched the subs and now I got the dubs. So I watched the dubs. And yeah, it was really fucking good. I loved it. Like, massive jump in the animation quality from season 1 to season 2. Because season 1 came out.
Or a dubs guy. What do you prefer to do?
I do like subs, because I do get...
It's a different feel.
It is a different feel because obviously anime is not the way the Japanese and that do anime is not the way kind of we do television in the West. So there is kind of like the whole translation.
Different interpretations.
Yeah, like the different interpretations that like I was watching like the dubs and that the other day because I watched the subs, so I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna watch the dubs, and I watched the dubs, and I'm just like, oh, just like all this extra exposition and that. I'm like, it's not the way we do it over here, and it was like. I used to be, like, fine with it, but, like, when I watch Attack on Titan, I just get a bit of the cringe. Like, when I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, so much exposition and stuff. Like, just get to the point.
I guess
like,
when you're reading it, it kind of starts to feel more like a novel, so you can handle the exposition coming at you. But then when it's in dialogue, you're like, shut up.
It's like with the original Sailor Moon, like, the English and Japanese versions, their interpretation is just so different. Like there are even episodes in the English version that they missed out because it was too sexualized for
wasn't that show
culture.
A bit rapey? Was it a bit rapey?
No.
Is that what I heard? No, Ross, sorry.
Wrong show, man.
Sorry.
Wrong magical girl. We got this.
I think I read that in like
other anime.
I think I read that in like an issue of Wizard like back in the 90s or something. I just never knew if it was right or not.
Wizard.
No.
That was a great book.
Yeah, it was.
I used to get it all the time. I saw Solo yesterday. Solo, the Han Solo movie that nobody ever asked for.
I'm Han Solo. You don't know that? I'm Han Solo. Han Solo.
That was the Kinect. Was that the Star Wars Kinect or whatever?
I'm
Han Solo.
Thing.
I'm Han Solo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a video on that. It's so cringe.
It really is.
So Bob, we've been talking about Solo for ages. Like, what's this movie gonna be? Is it gonna be shit? Is it gonna be good? We had two directors. The movie was like 90% in the can. They got asked, brought in Ron Howard, reshot most of the movie. Is it any good? Yes, it is. It is good. It is a good movie. I'm seeing a lot of people online saying that this is my favorite of the new Star Wars films since Disney acquired Lucasfilm. This is my favorite, like, Star Wars. Better than The Force Awakens, Rogue One, Last Jedi.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see it.
It is a good movie. Like, from me, if I were to give it a score, I'd give it a solid 3 out of 5, but that's like the best possible 3 out of 5 I can give. I'm not saying it's bad because it's not. It is not a bad movie. It's a good adventure film. It's pretty light. Not like Rogue One or Last Jedi, which were all pretty dour and pretty heavy and stuff. But no, this is fun. Moves at a pretty quick clip. So it's 135 minutes, but I didn't feel like I was sitting there for over 2 hours. I felt like I was sitting there for 100 minutes, and I'm like, this movie's nearly done. I'm like, are they doing this? Are they going to make it like a 105-minute Star Wars movie? Is that possible? But no, it was like really good. Alden Ehrenreich did a great job. Like, he's not obviously Harrison Ford or whatever, like arguing with Pat yesterday. They should have got Harrison Ford.
They should have.
We've got a new meme. Patty actually made it.
It's really funny.
What was the guy with...
Do you remember like 10 or 12 years ago when Britney Spears had the big meltdown?
Yeah, how could we not?
And the guy did the video he uploaded. He was under the dune. He's like, "Leave Britney alone."
Yes,
he was like crying
Chris
and shit.
Crocker, yeah.
Yes.
Pat photos. We were talking about something, and
Predator or something.
Predator, and Pat took that still from that and photoshopped his face over the top with like tears and stuff. So now we're getting a lot of mileage out of it because every time he whinges about something, Bob just like crosses out whatever's written and just updates it. Leave Ninja Turtles alone.
Leave Venom alone.
Leave Predator alone.
Leave World War II alone. The amount of stuff he does not like change, that guy.
He just sets himself up so easily.
Every time. I love it. My desktop is filling up full of images of the newest version of Save that I've crossed out and written over again. Like, I'm going to have to get a new hard drive to keep up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally recommend Solo. Like, it's not terribly, like, risky or daring. They play it pretty safe, like, across the board. But it's good. Like, it is a good movie. Like, all the cast is, like, switched on and stuff.
How does the Mother of Dragons perform in this movie?
She's actually quite good. Emilia Clarke, I was talking to Kate last night after I saw it, And I was like, because I offered for her to come watch it with me, and she was like, I don't really want to watch that. And I was like, okay, I'll go by myself. So I went and saw it, and then I come back, and I'm like, you're not interested in this movie, are you? She's like, no, not really. I'm like, good, I'm going to tell you everything that happens. And I was going through it. I was like, this bit, and then the Mother of Dragons comes out, and she's like, she's not the Mother of Dragons in this. I'm like, she's the Mother of Dragons to me.
She is the Mother of Dragons.
No, she's really good. Like, she can hold her own, obviously, against everyone like Woody Harrelson and Paul Bettany and Alden Ehrenreich and fucking Chewbacca and that. She does really well. And Donald Glover just like steals everything like he's in, like as Lando. That fucking charm is on thick.
Yeah.
Like thick.
Awesome.
It is
Insert
really good.
saxophone solo here.
The George Michael. But no, it's good. Solo, A Star Wars Story is good. I liked it. Wasn't my favorite Star Wars movie, but yeah, I really liked it. It was really good. Yeah, fun. Go see it. Definitely.
Brilliant.
It snuck up on me. I got to be honest. I didn't even realize it was kind of out until you said, "Hey, I'm going to see this."
Yeah, it just came out really quickly. I'm like, what?
Because it's that weird kind of time of the year. So
yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
Everything's coming out. There's Deadpool. There's Han Solo. There's
Infinity
second Jurassic
War.
World.
Yeah, Jurassic World.
Infinity
Ant-Man.
War. Ant-Man.
Ant-Man's next month.
Oh.
It must be like
it's July.
school holidays or something.
Yeah,
in the
everything's
US,
just
I'm
coming
guessing.
out. I'm like, I can't keep up with this. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to go broke just by going to the movies every day.
I'm used to getting a Star Wars for Christmas. Like, not...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Christmas.
Yeah, because it was that weird time of the year where they decided to
Yeah.
release it in May.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just like on that summer blockbuster season, sort of in the US, like leading up to summer blockbuster season.
I'm gonna have to make some room in my busy life schedule and go and see that on the big
Yeah,
screen,
man,
I
you
think.
dig it.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, I don't
Because
like
you and the wifey, you kind of have a Star Wars tradition. Every time a Star Wars movie comes out, you guys go see it.
We do, yeah.
Oh, that's like Chris and I.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
I can never go without her. Like I'm like you know we have to make
you
sure
have
that
to
we both
together.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, I love
So-
that.
Babysitter. Where are we gonna get one of those?
Yeah, where are you, Brent? What?
They wouldn't want to leave me alone with their baby just
yeah, I
yet.
don't know. Yeah.
I'm
Are you
just like,
sure?
I'm
He's
just
already
like,
seen it. Like,
just like I can look after the cat. That's fine. The cat's pretty self-sufficient on its own, but a baby for like 2.5 hours, I'm just like, just be cool for 2 hours, Frankie. Just be cool. Just go to sleep. Just go to sleep. I'm just gonna play Battlefield. You just go to sleep. Just don't wake up. Just chill.
If
Have a
you
good
work
rest.
that out, let me know because I want to know
Oh,
the secret.
man, yeah. So that's all I got. I got some news if you want to hear it.
Oh yeah, we only just
wanna
up to the
hear that.
news.
Yeah, we're only just up to the news. We're shooting the
Awesome.
breeze, man. This is going to be an extended episode on the 360 Fly, but I'll
Awesome.
edit it down for the audio version. So,
Nice.
all right, let's do the news. Warner Brothers Animation is working on a brand new THUNDERCATS animated series. It's called THUNDERCATS ROAR.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I sent this to you the other. Did I send this to you the other day? No, I put it on. I put it on the page.
I
the
think
other
I was
day. Shared
already-
it the other day. You're already
I
on
was
it.
all over it. Yeah.
Yeah, the bloody animators are all over it. Bob, as an animator, what's your take? Because you weren't a THUNDERCATS guy as a kid, but you said to me before, I was like, showed you the original intro from the 80s. It's like, every animator knows that.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
so good.
Yeah, it's an iconic one. Every animator knows the THUNDERCATS intro. I mean, I think I watched it when I was young, but I was probably 4 or 5 at the time, so it's kind of hard to remember back that far.
I ate that shit up, man.
yeah.
THUNDERCATS.
Oh yeah, he's got it on his wrist.
And they got Lion-O up there. Lion-O's
does
up
too.
there on the shelf.
But yeah, like I knew the intro back to front. But this new one looks like a heap of fun. I saw a lot of backlash online. Everyone was hating on
There's
it
some
and stuff.
serious controversy online because this isn't my THUNDERCATS. You've made it like it's very much a product of today, that animation style. It's very over the top, very like stretchy characters, wacky, cartoony. It's not like ultra muscular feline humanoids.
No, I dig it because I mean that's what I do. Like,
Yeah, it's cool. It looks really fun.
that
Yeah.
cartoony, cute stuff is like that's my jam. So
And they're really sort of leaning on the comedy element in this as well. Like, it's
Yeah.
the same. It's the same premise, same characters. They're wearing the same outfits.
Yep.
It's just that, it's a different animation style, and we're leaning more heavily on the comedy. So, but yeah, it looks a lot of fun. I sent it to you, Maz. I don't know if you watched it or not.
you're on the other side. the fence by the sound of it.
I'm on the other side of the fence. I apologize.
That's what
Look,
a podcast is all about.
I was doing my makeup when you sent that to me. You know, when a girl gets in that mode of putting on a face, nothing else exists in the world.
Especially with those nails as well. What are they? They're gels or acrylics or?
Acrylic.
See, because I've had girlfriends, I know these things.
I'm so proud of you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Gels or acrylics. See, I know things. Girls go to get fake nails and stuff, and yeah, I got acrylics today. I'm like, what's the difference? I just know those two words now.
Gel and acrylic.
Yeah.
That's
She'll
good.
probably do yours if you ask you nicely.
Yeah, I could. I could give you a
Yeah,
nice
mine
little
are a bit of
manicure.
a
Nice
mess.
set of gels. Get you a nice set of gels, Bob.
Don't be zooming in on my fingers.
He's got dirty animate hands. So, did you ever watch Thundercats? Was that ever a show you were associated with?
You know
or-
what? To be honest, I'm going to be honest. No, I've never even heard of Thundercats before. Was it in the 90s?
In the 80s, man.
80s. Okay.
It was sick. It was about this race of like humanoid cat people that come from this planet called Thundera that blew up, and they're the last of their species. And Lion-O, who's the leader, or who's going to be the leader, he's a kid. He's like a child. Yeah. And they go into these hypersleep pods, and something happens with his, but he grows to the size of a regular man, and then they crash on Third Earth. And they crash there with like the mutants, they're evil villains and that they're all fighting on Thundera and stuff. And there's this other evil entity there, Mum-Ra, who's pretty cool. And then the whole story is kind of Lion-O kind of sort of, it's like the whole thing was like a coming of age kind of story, like an action 80s cartoon to sell toys and stuff and that as well. But yeah, it was really like a coming of age thing where, you know, he was learning to be what it is to be a man and to be a leader and all this sort of stuff. And
That's
the
cool.
the best weapon in animation too, the Sword of Omens.
Just had to say cats, man. Like I'm a cat. I'm a cat lady.
There were cat people before
You
cat
sold
people
me
were
on
even
the-
cool. There was,
You sent me the video today of the scientifically accurate Thundercats or whatever it was.
There was a clip that came out on ADHD animation, like probably 2013 or something, and they did a version of Thundercats if it was like anatomically and scientifically correct. So, yeah, it was really funny. Like they just did all cat things basically.
Brilliant.
Like to like the theme of the intro and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really good. It looks really cool. What I wanted to ask you though is like the animation style in that, because you're an animator, Bobby Baxter, and a busy dad as well. This particular animation style, obviously it's a trend of today. Is it really just like, obviously a lot of work goes into these shows, but is it like a quicker and easier way for companies to churn out content or to churn out episodes, to do a simpler animation style?
No, see, the thing is, like, everyone looks back at the old stuff with rose-tinted glasses. I'm like, old cartoons like He-Man and Thundercats and everything like that were made on the string budget. Like, they were like, if you actually go back and watch the animation in the actual show, intros look great. The show animation is fucking pretty horrible.
Yeah.
And heaps and heaps of reuse animation, like heaps of run cycles that are just reused, rehashed over and over. So these days, like, I mean, computers make things a lot easier to put more effects and things in, but I mean, the work is still there. Like this new show, animation-wise, in that opening sequence that they put up online, actually is pretty impressive. Like, it's really cool.
Yeah, it does look really good.
So if they keep the show like that, which I think, you know, they probably lose a little bit of quality out of that, but I think it's great. Like, it looks fine, and I don't think it's about saving money or churning out thing. I think it's more to do with the style of the time. I mean, if you look at the original Thundercats, it's like, it looks like He-Man, it looks like She-Ra, it looks like Transformers even, like
Voltron, all those kind of the hyper masculine like characters. But that was the
cartoons
trend in the
of
80s.
day.
Like, you look at the movies and that, you had Stallone, you had Schwarzenegger, you had all these hyper real, larger than life people. So why wouldn't that translate to cartoons and that as well? Yeah.
Get in the chopper.
And Macho Man.
I couldn't help myself.
But yeah, like, I mean, this one looks like it just appeals to the kids of today. And I think that's what people got to remember is like, it's not for
Adults,
us who are like in our mid-30s and looking back on these cartoons.
That's exactly what I said to Pat the other day when he was talking about Ninja Turtles. Did you see the trailer for this? It looks so shit. It doesn't even look like them. I'm like, Pat, you have to remember, this isn't aimed at 33-year-old men. This is aimed at kids.
And I challenge Pat to sit down and watch the first, like an entire series of the first version of Ninja Turtles. He wouldn't be able to get through it anymore. Like,
no way.
He would hate it. He would hate it. But it's the memories of it that, like,
the nostalgia.
Sweet nostalgia.
Yeah. So, no, I'm all for this new one. I think it's going to be pretty cool. And, what really got up my goat about it was the outrage that came out about it. All these people going, no, it looks so shit, like they've gone cartoony. And like, in 2012, they rebooted this season with almost the same style artwork as the original one. No one gave a rat's ass about it.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
It was cancelled after the first season. No one watched it.
They brought back this show in 2011. They went like deep on it. They went like super deep lore. The animation was great. They had top-notch voice cast and that. Only lasted for 24 episodes because no one watched it and Cartoon Network cancelled it.
Like
I
Firefly.
watched it. It was great.
Yeah, it was probably excellent.
Yeah, it was an excellent show. Yeah, it really was. And they cancelled it after one season, yeah.
Yeah. If anything, I think this, this uproar and like the way that people have reacted over this, like complete style departure, has worked in their favor as a great marketing tool because
Absolutely.
Yeah,
everyone's talking about
absolutely.
it now.
Dead set.
Yeah.
Yeah. The amount like I'm seeing online, like Thundercats no and all this stuff, and just like cartoons today are just all anti-masculine and all this sort of stuff, and I'm just like, it's the trend. It's what people watch today. Like 10 years ago. We talked about Ninja Turtles earlier in the car over, like the mid-2000s series. It was still semi-realistic and that great kind of animation. It was darker and edgier as the cartoons and that were at that time. Since then, we've had like, Adventure Time and like Grim Adventures Billy and Mandy. That's probably later on and stuff. But, what's that? Oh, the bloody Something Falls show. Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls and all that. All these kinds of show of these large-in-life exaggerated animations and stuff and that's the trend, like Teen Titans, and then they did Teen Titans Go. I really like Teen Titans Go. I'm looking forward to that movie. It looks great. Yeah, but it's just the trend. Like in 10 years we'll have something different.
Yeah, it'll change again. And everyone will
always
hate
does
that.
Yeah,
And then everybody will want it to still be the same.
Yeah, can't we go back to 2018 when we had friendly characters?
Yeah. And Patrick's like an old guy on a kangaroo. Should it be like this?
I'm still making
I'm
memes
still
out
making
of
those memes.
This is the 3500 meme of this. And then it'll come out and you'll watch it and it'll be like, Mason actually really likes it. We sit down and watch it together. It's great.
Yeah, guaranteed.
It's just that thing. I'm just like, why do people just judge stuff when they say it? It's just give it a chance.
Yeah. Like, don't expect it to be something different. Just love it for what it is. Because it's never going to be the same. It's always going to be an adaptation of something.
Exactly.
If it's, like, being recreated,
And the old ones are always there. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah, like you can go back to them.
Go back to
Pull
them.
the DVDs off the shelf and watch them all again.
Like the new Charmed. I don't know if you watched Charmed when it was like originally out, the original Charmed.
I watched Roswell though, because I know they're rebooting that as well. I watched Roswell. I was a Roswell guy. I watched that.
They're rebooting Charmed, and I saw the trailer for it, and I'm like, oh, why are you killing it with fire and shit? Like, it's like you shut in a bag, you put it on someone's porch, you set it on fire, and you're like, here's a new show, guys. Hope you like it.
I think I saw a news article that didn't the main character of the old show like have a big Twitter argument?
I think all of them did.
Yeah.
Was that Shannon
seeing
Doherty
some of
or
it.
whatever? Didn't she get kicked off that show?
Oh no, it was.
I don't know if she was kicked off or if she just decided to leave. Apparently there were tensions, speculation, but all the originals, like I follow some of them still on Twitter, and Rose McGowan and Alyssa Milano, they're like, why? As well as oh gosh, who was Piper? What was her name?
Yeah, I think
the third one.
Yeah, the third. Holly Marie Combs. That's it.
I think she was the one that did a big.
She was
attack.
really like kind of irate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just don't know why they're rebooting it. And the Halliwell sisters, like, they were like these bombshells. They were like before their time, and now the new Halliwell sisters, they're like a different ethnicity, and they're younger, and it's just really weird. Like, you don't expect it.
Just like it should be another show not called Charmed, kind of thing.
Exactly. Like, just, you can do it the same, just call it something different.
Just easy money, though. There's already an inbuilt, like,
Absolutely.
audience with this. Like, we can already pull in, there's name recognition with this, so we can do it.
And once again, it's probably marketing off the outrage.
Yes,
like, maybe that
that's
is
right.
the tool that they're using. I don't know. Who knows?
Oh,
Yeah.
Smart marketers there.
Yeah.
I got another bit of news here.
Ooh, last one.
I got two more, actually.
Two more.
Two more. Don't get ahead of yourself, boy. I know you want to get out of here.
No, I've still got.
You love being back.
I've still got 3 beers to get.
Shut up
through.
and drink the rest of those
I'm gonna
beers,
sit
Bob.
right here and drink all of them.
Sony CEO John Cadera said at Sony's corporate strategy meeting that the PlayStation 4 is entering the final phase of its life cycle.
Poor PlayStation.
That's
Oh, don't
really
worry,
sad.
there'll be more. Now, obviously, this has led to, what have I written down here? Oh, we further surmise. I've written down, I don't think I've ever written the word surmise in my life until today. We can further surmise that we should be getting the PS5 around 2020. So what's that? That's an 8-year life cycle for the PS4, and the PS3 had the same. I don't even feel like I've had my PS4. I didn't get one straight away. I don't feel like I've had mine for 5 years.
I feel like other console cycles have felt way longer than this
Yeah.
one. This one feels. I think maybe it's the midway upgrade thing that they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because aren't they doing like 4K on the PS4 now? Like,
Yep.
the 4K.
Yeah, I've got a Pro. I've got a PS4 Pro. It's 4K upscaled, but it's not true 4K, unlike the Xbox One X.
Yeah, I got one
Over
of
here.
those recently. Which, yeah, so this news is actually really good news for me, who's just went and shelled out bloody ridiculous money for an Xbox One X, because now I know for certain there's like 3 years of games that can, like, they're not going to go jump the gun and try and beat them now. They'll probably go for the same release date, but it means they can focus on the games for a while, and just release some good stuff on that rather than like chasing Sony, like Sony going, oh, we're gonna maybe this year, 6 months, next year. So now we know that like we've got a good chunk of like a couple of years where they can put out some really good games on this console and not have to worry about upgrading again. Like,
And it's not like we haven't got anything left to look forward to on the PS4. I mean, we got Spider-Man, we got The Last of Us Part 2,
You've got Overwatch.
more Overwatch, we got Days Gone. Now, do you have a PS4, Maz? Sorry?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, my partner does. I've never really used it though.
Would you be the kind of folks that would go out and get a console at launch?
No.
Or would you just wait until... Because we talked about before, like the kind of halfway upgrades and that, like we got the Scorpio, Project Scorpio, it's the One X is coming, and we're getting the PS4 Pro, which I got, because I'm like, bugger it, I'm gonna bloody upgrade, I'm gonna do it. And I did, and I got a 4K telly, and now I'm all the better for it. But yeah, like
you did wait though. You waited.
I did wait, yeah, because
year on
I didn't get a PS4 straight out of the gate. What was it? Nearly 2 years, or a year and a half, I think, before I got one. Put it on the bloody credit card, because a bloke at work talked me into it. A bloke I work with, he's like, yeah, go and get one all morning. He was like, yeah, go get one. I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. Then I went and bought one, and then I had like $600 on the credit card. I was like, God damn it.
I'm a fucking sucker, man. I like, as soon as something comes out, I'm just like I try my hardest to hold off, and it lasts about 4 or 5 days, and I'm just like, I'm like sitting there scrolling the internet, looking at all the reviews of it, and like every video that's come out, and like analysis, like, is the frame rate any better? Yes, it is.
What about the CPU?
And then eventually, I'm just like, cave, buy it, fuck it. I want to experience
Yeah,
it.
You were giving
love
me
the
shit
hype.
yesterday
you love being in
about-
the hype.
You were giving me shit yesterday about, oh, he loves these bloody day one cinema releases, doesn't he? I'm like, I can't fucking wait. There was something in Solo that if I didn't go see it yesterday, it would have been spoiled for me today, because I saw an article about it. like this little secret-y thing in the movie, and I saw a headline for it today. It didn't say what it was, but the headline stipulated to kind of like hinting at what it was.
Like a cameo?
I cannot confirm or deny anything like that, but I won't say any more. But yeah, it's that thing, like, I can't hold off either. Like, if there's something I want and I can get it, I want it now.
Yep.
Like the other day, I went out and bought The Matrix on 4K on the day it came out. I'm not going to watch that shit for a week. But I just had to have it. I just had to have it. I've got the means. I can afford it. I'm just going to go get it. Nah, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to watch it for a week. But it's there. I can pick it up and I can look at it and I can hold it. And I can check the discs.
Pretty?
God of War is killing me at the moment. I'm trying to hold off.
Mate, what are you doing?
It's just everywhere I look, it's God of War everywhere. And
it's been a month. We're on to the next thing now.
I know. But that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that the craze will die down and I can go and like snag it for a little bit less and
you won't
chuck it on, and
it's going to be top dollar forever.
You'll have to trade something in. Maybe your PS4.
I hate trading. I can't part with my stuff. Like, even a shit game, I'm like, nah, I'll keep it.
Yeah, just hang on to it all, because in 10 years, when everything goes like Game Pass and stuff, you can turn around and sell that shit. Like, here's a physical copy of God of War for $600. Well, some idiot will buy it.
My fucking 360 library is like starting to pay its dividends now, because backwards compatible on the Xbox One X, they're like 4King all the old school 360 games.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm playing Red Dead in 4K. I'm like, fuck yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, that's another point of that news, actually, is like having 3 more years of backwards compatibility titles coming out. I'm pretty excited about that. I've been playing so many old school games now. Yeah.
On the flip side of that console coin, are Microsoft going to step up this next time around, not make all the mistakes they did with the Xbox One?
I think so.
You have to be always online. You can't trade or give games to your mates because it's locked to your console. Fuck that shit. We're not putting up with that.
No, they've got a new guy. Well, he's not new. He's been at the helm for a while now.
He's new enough.
But yeah, he's learned. I think they've all learned from their mistakes. Like, they've been chasing their tail the whole time against PlayStation. So I think next one. There's a bit of a burp there, and it's not going to be edited out. But yeah, I think they've learnt their lesson, and it's going to be great for the next console generation, because I think there's going to be so much neck and neck competition this time.
Yeah,
around.
I think Microsoft will really step up next go around,
and it's going to be interesting for the PC game community, because I think it's going to start folding in to one big thing. The way that Microsoft are like kind of pairing their games between the Xbox and PC and stuff.
The Master Race.
Yeah, the Master Race is kind of
PC
being
Master
meshed
Race.
into all of it now. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think, 2020 will be a crazy year for gaming. Yeah.
If we don't get nuked before then.
Fingers crossed.
Why so cynical? That's really depressing.
Took it dark.
Sorry.
Fallout
guys.
6.
I'm just being real over here. I live in the real world. And finally, here's a nice little bit of light news for us Australians.
Australia.
Captain Australia. Disney has made a deal with Melbourne Stadium Limited to rebrand Etihad Stadium in Melbourne and Melbourne Docklands to Marvel Stadium as of September 1st for 8 years, an 8-year contract.
That's super exciting.
So it's going to be renamed Marvel Stadium. It's going to have a Marvel store. What is it? A premium Marvel shop installed, and a host of other activities that will bring the characters to life. So I guess that street shit and that the Pat went over to. Whatever it was, they'll have all that kind of stuff. Big fucking statues and Iron Man armors and all that kind of thing.
If anything's going to get fucking Patrick Brown into AFL, it's going to be rebranding the stadium Marvel Stadium. Fucking hell.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool. Like, why not Disney throw their hat in there? I mean, like, at the moment, it's named Etihad Stadium, and that's
boring.
It's an Arabic airline. So it's just like. This is named after an airline at the moment. I mean, before that, years ago, it was the Telstra Dome. It could have been.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You know, they call it Marvel Stadium. It could have been the Disney Dome.
The Disney
That
Dome.
would be really cool too, the Disney Dome. I like that.
Oh, I'm just going to watch the bloody kangaroos down at the Disney Dome.
The didgeridoo Disney Dome.
Actually,
worry.
I would go to there. Oh, I've got tickets booked to see Ed Sheeran at the Disney Dome.
I'm sure it will be the start because, you know, once they've brought this in, they're going to start building that Disney World Park. God, they've got to do it.
Oh,
I
man.
keep hearing rumors that it's going to be built in Melbourne. I'm like,
That would not surprise me in the least, actually.
yeah, I feel like, you know, first the Marvel Dome and next Disney World.
Melb's has definitely got a vibe about that kind of like pop culture-y
Yes.
thing that
absolutely.
I think no other city in the country's got.
Yeah.
Almost in the world, I think. Like, I think that's probably why Marvel have taken the step. Like, there's no other Marvel stadiums, is there?
No, this will be the first one. They've got enough money now, so
Smart marketing.
they can do whatever they
just
want.
A weird, like, if you think about it, like, it's weird for Marvel, like a hugely American kind of
Yeah.
thing, to go and do this over in Australia, first.
But
Well,
why?
also
why
remember,
not?
you know, Thor, right?
Mm.
Chris Hemsworth, he's Australian, and they've actually filmed a lot of Marvel movies in Australia, in
Yeah, that's true.
Brisbane.
Yeah,
know,
like
at the Gold
Brisbane,
Coast.
double for New York in
Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok, and yeah, like a lot of local talent. And that when I'm watching Thor Ragnarok, like I was watching it with Kate, and I'm like, that extras, all those extras there, they're all Australian. She's like, how do you know? I was like, you can pick them.
You can
You can pick the
They
Aussie
all look like
extras.
Steve Irwin, like.
Oh, yeah. No, I reckon, you know, it's Australia's like really trying to pull that tourism in.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
So-
yeah.
Yep.
You know, well, Australia's a great place to come visit anyways.
Wouldn't bloody live anywhere else, Cobber.
No, I almost wonder, you know, that thing Pat was a part of, the Avengers station, or
Yeah,
whatever
that's
was.
it. Yeah, dude.
I almost kind of wonder if that was a little testing ground for Marvel
Yeah,
in the past few
absolutely.
months, to go like, what's the interest here for
Yeah.
our brand kind of thing.
Huge.
And it's like, yeah,
It's fucking
ridiculous
huge at the
And
moment,
So they're
yeah.
like, okay, we'll take your stadium.
Yeah,
take
we'll,
that.
we'll take it.
And we'll have a few train stations as well, and a couple of.
And what's to say they're not going to do like actual like Marvel events like at the stadium? Like
That'd
we're going to
be
set
so
up like an
fun.
ice show. It's Marvel on ice.
Recreation of Hulk versus
ice.
Thor. in
Oh, like
Ragnarok.
contest of champions,
That's so
and they get
good.
Jeff Goldblum in. Oh, that would be
Oh.
fucking sick.
Oh.
Jeff loves Australia too. Like he'll come down, do like a menu log ad as he's coming in. and-
Text
Such a
Pat.
mega babe.
Can you text Pat right now? Tell him to send an email about that. See if it goes up the chain. See if it works. We actually, when I read this yesterday, I sent it to you guys, and both you and I said the same thing to Pat. We're like, oh, it looks like Pat's going to get some work now. He's going to get an email any minute. He probably has. That's why we haven't heard from him today.
yeah, I reckon.
So yeah, that's exciting for Australia at the moment. The
Yeah.
first ever Marvel Stadium. That's pretty cool.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm
I still
excited.
I still like the Disney Dome though. I think Disney Dome sounds
Disney
pretty cool.
Dome's
That's
pretty-
all me. That's all
pretty
me.
dope.
I came up with that. Yeah.
Dope Disney Dome. No.
Disney Dome.
I'm gonna go roll. I'm gonna roll with that.
So that's about the news.
Yeehaw!
I've been here for nearly an hour. We're
Shit.
killing it.
Wow. We're usually over with the news in like 15 minutes. It's been a fucking good little roller coaster of stuff.
It's because I'm here.
Yeah.
As soon as you're here, Maz, we're putting the
Hello.
spotlight on you today. So tell us about yourself, Maz. Like, where are you originally from?
Where am I originally from? I am born and bred in Brisbane, Australia.
Bris Vegas.
Bris Vegas,
Brizzy.
exactly. Yeah. And about nearly 3 years ago, I moved down here to be with my lovely fiance, my fiance. We are that sick couple that makes you want to vomit.
I've seen your Instagram.
Yeah, so grew up in Brisbane. You know, I've got
In a city, out of city. Kind of?
out of city, so
Yep.
about 1 hour from Brisbane.
Yeah, cool.
And, you know, mum, dad, they split up when I was younger, but they always kept it really friendly and mutual. So
Yep.
the childhood wasn't too damaging. I have an older brother and sister as well. My sister's 15 years older than me and my brother 5. So I'm like the little baby.
So you're the baby that
I'm
gets
the
away with
baby.
everything.
Yeah.
So they
But look at
into
this
kind of
face.
they kind of into the pop culture stuff or anything?
Yeah, my
or-
brother is, yes. My sister not so much. She's
Yeah.
more of that rock goth
Oh, okay.
era, like metal and stuff.
Fuck yeah.
Metal.
Fuck yeah.
And my brother and I, we're 5 years apart, so we kind of grew up liking the same kind of things. And, you know, I'd see something that he's got and I'd be like, oh, that's really cool. Like, we grew up watching Star Wars together. And
Yeah, sweet.
I remember the first, like, proper anime I ever saw, it was Evangelion.
Oh my
on
god. We finally get to talk about
right?
it.
on
Did
the
he like bring that
SBS.
home and be like, "You've got to
No,
see this"?
no. It was on SBS. It was airing
Oh
on
shit!
SBS.
I remember when they used to do that.
Yeah, when I was a teeny tot.
Yeah.
And I just remember watching it in the front room with him, and it kind of like, I don't understand this because I was so young, but it's really cool. Like,
It's the
really
same
cool.
for me. It's exactly the same for me. Neon Genesis Evangelion. The first time I watched it, it was on SBS, because we didn't get SBS where we lived. There was a mountain in the way blocking the signal. But the town on the other side of the mountain, they actually got it because they were shit house. So we're actually like...
Sounds more like you guys were shit.
Hey, come on, mate. You've been to my hometown. No, we were visiting like my grandparents and stuff, and we just saw the ad on SBS. I think we saw the ad like during the week or something like that. I'm like, what's this show, this cartoon? Like, this looks really cool. Might have to remember that. And we totally forgot about it, and it just happened to be the day we're on SBS, and it just happened to come on. It was like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night or something like that. And my brother and I sat and we watched the first episode. This was 90. When did we get it? We got it 96, I think. Yeah. And it fucking changed me like forever. That was like the first real anime I'd ever watched. Like, because we got the import stuff, you know, the westernized like Robotech and like Voltron had been
Dragon Ball
westernized
Z,
and that. And
Sailor
Astro
Moon.
Boy.
yeah, Sailor Moon,
Boy.
like, but we really got like the heavy like westernized versions of that. So that was but Evangelion was kind of like the first anime that I'd ever really discovered that wasn't on like kids' morning TV.
It wasn't like cute.
It was like late Saturday night. Like, this shit was edgy as fuck.
Yeah.
And my brother and I, we like, because we lived like 2 hours away, we bought like blank VHSs and we left them there. And we would like we would ring like my nan and stuff like 20 minutes before it starts. And we're like, push the tape in and press record at 9 o'clock. Okay, so I'll put the tape in, but it's not going in.
No, shit. 15 minutes ago. You can do this. Okay, I think I've pressed fast forward. Is that right? No.
So yeah, that was really seminal for me as well, like growing up. So was that something like you guys, because you're obviously so close in age and that, were you guys always like into the same things sort of together, like discover things at the same time, or did you kind of have your own separate interests? But
we had separate interests.
Like 5 years is a pretty big gap.
It is
isn't it?
quite a big gap,
Yeah.
I would always see stuff that he would watch or play, and I would be interested in it. Like, so he was kind of
like peering in his bedroom door, like, what
Yeah.
are you playing?
yeah, like I kind of like followed up. You could say he was the original and I was the copy. But you know, like it's really strange now because you know, we all grow up and, you know, lead separate lives, and my family's all in Brisbane. But what's really been cool is that my brother and I, and my nephew as well, we've been able to like reconnect over playing Overwatch. We'll play Overwatch together, like, and that's our way to like bond, because we never really had that bond for a long time because, you know, life
Just
happens.
years apart.
Yeah.
Different places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been really nice to just kind of come back and connect, because you know, I'm all about family. I love my family, and that's been fun. And you know, like it like when my brother got married, at his reception, he actually got the 501st Legion, like all the stormtroopers and that. They came in and escorted the bridal party in, and
awesome.
they had their reception at like a little, it's like a tiny amusement park. I've gone blank on the name, but the stormtroopers, they like went on the merry-go-round and would like, pose as all the guests, and they would just like be posing on the little merry-go-round. You don't see stormtroopers on a merry-go-round, okay? It was epic. But yeah, I saw that, and I saw what he was interested in, and I'm like, this is really interesting. I like this stuff too. So, my brother had a friend named Evans. Well, his name was Josh, but we called him Evans because he was the dude. He's the one that collected all the anime.
Yep.
And I remember, as a teen, he brought over this anime called Iki Towsen. It's also known as Battle Vixens, and I'm like, it was very sexualized, like extremely sexualized, and it was about Hakufu Sonsaku, and she's like the strong female character, and it's kind of like a legacy thing where a sacred bead gets passed down, and inside the bead is a dragon, and
right.
She can, like, she channels the dragon.
Right.
And it can, like, this is a really strong, powerful dragon, and it can take her over, and she can kind of go a little bit rogue, and, clothes get ripped off, and breasts are exposed, and there's a little bit of rape, and, like...
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a tiny bit in the first season, but I remember watching it, I'm like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And Evans, he would just like lend me his anime, which I really appreciated because I could rewatch it over and over again. But I grew up with that, and like all pop culture. Like I started I heard about Supernova maybe about 6 years ago.
Yep.
And
Supernova is like an Australian, like kind of pop culture convention. Think of it like an Australian Comic-Con, and you're pretty much there.
I heard about it through Evans because he would volunteer, and I'm like, hey, that sounds like a cool idea. I think I'll go check it out and volunteer. You get free entry, and you can kind of, see stuff. So I started doing that, and that's where I actually met Chris. He was the MC for Supernova for many, many, many years. And I was assigned to his stage to work on Film Inc. And that's how we met. We met at Supernova, and I really started enjoying it. And the thing is that when you volunteer, you can't really cosplay because you have to wear the volunteer shirts. So I decided to stop that and just start cosplaying characters I love, because I love... Hey, Bay.
There he is.
There he is.
You can say hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
I'd go and I love cosplaying. I love dressing up as different characters. I've always loved doing media stuff, creating videos and content. Like, that's something I really enjoy doing. And
what got you into the cosplay thing? Like, did that come from going to Supernova, or was that earlier?
Well, I always used to love just dressing up in general. Like, it was just a thing I loved to do. And then when I found out about cosplay, through conventions and stuff like that, I'm like, hey, this isn't just a singular thing. There's
this whole community of people, and they all gather in this one place.
Yes, and with all similar interests and extremely talented people. And I'm like, wow, this is so cool. So then I started cosplaying at cons, like some of my favorite characters. And, some of the cosplays I have worn have just been bought from eBay or Etsy, or, I've hired someone to make them. And a couple my mum and I made together, which was really exciting and like a stressful bonding experience.
Damn it, Mum, you're doing it wrong.
that con grind, right? The 1 week before the con, and you're like, oh God, I'm running out of time. This isn't finished. And you're
it's
up
a
for
hell of a
hours.
lot of work, cosplay stuff.
It is.
I've done like the most basic, like I did a Fallout 3 outfit like basically from scratch made it up.
Damn.
But it was for
It was for Paddy's 26th birthday.
Yeah.
The infamous Patrick
good
Brown
old
26th
Paddy.
birthday party.
But that shit took me fucking ages.
It does.
And a lot of running around and like
searching.
and then I get to the day and it all falls apart on me like 2 hours in, but
It's just 2 hours
it
of
was
drinking
worth
and all,
Yeah,
all the cardboard just rips. And, it took me 2 hours to
can't
paint
suck
that.
my beer gut in any longer and it just goes ping. No, but like, God, it's a hell of a lot of fun. But yeah man, so
It's
many
all
ways
worth
for it to
it.
go wrong too.
Oh yeah, and having to get up super early before con starts to get ready and put your makeup. And
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's an all day thing and you want to get there
Yeah.
nice and early.
kind
And,
of like robot shuffle
Yep.
down to the
Yep.
con, try not to touch your face or move anything.
Yep, and not be stared at too much or
Yeah.
wolf whistled and harassed on the side.
Oh
Just-
God.
what were
always-
what were some of the characters in that? Like some of the first characters you cosplayed?
The first character I officially cosplayed at Supernova was Juliet Starling from Lollipop Chainsaw.
Good pick.
I saw that game. I played it. I loved it. I've played it 2 or 3 times now and finished the whole thing. So good. I just love strong female kick-ass babes in cute little skimpy outfits. Like, who doesn't? Like, I'm a female, but I can appreciate the female form. Like,
Yeah.
I absolutely loved that. And it's funny because that's what Chris noticed. When I was at Supernova, he noticed that I was in the Juliet Starling costume and he's like, I like that game. You're interesting. Like,
That's a skimpy outfit you're wearing.
yeah, but that was the first one, and then I did a lumpy space princess one and a casual Sailor Moon, and
I saw the other day for Star Wars Day, May the 4th, you put up a Sailor Leia.
Yes, Sailor
That was really
Leia.
cool. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
My friend Anna from Lady Moon Design, she's a local designer in Hobart who's extremely talented.
Awesome.
And, down here, I don't have my sewing machine. And I'm like, oh, Anna, I need you to help me. Originally, it was going to be a group of us girls. And it turns out that I was the one left standing.
So then you got all the attention.
Yeah, I guess so. You could say that. But, it was going to be a group of, Sailor Star Wars Senshi. So, I was Sailor Princess Leia, and there was going to be, like, Sailor Kylo Ren, and, all,
Oh, wow.
like, it was going to be
his
really
big
cool.
pecs out.
Yeah.
It must be hard.
Sailor
Like,
Moon.
just trying to get yourself organized, but trying to organize like a group cosplay with like 5 or 6 different people must be a nightmare.
Don't.
It's hard enough trying to get 3 people in a room to do a podcast
Right?
in casual clothes.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry about that.
You'll never live
No,
this
you're
time.
never
not.
live it down. So, okay, so you've come from Brizzy. Was there much of a scene up there? Like, is that where you broke into it? Or
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So you're doing it there. Moving down here to Tassie, I mean, it's a much smaller pond.
Oh, isn't it though?
Is there much of it, like a crew that you kind of get around with, or
No, I have a couple of close friends here, but those friendships are, when you move to a new place and you're trying to like build new friendships, that's quite difficult, especially because I'm an introverted, extroverted person. So I
Aren't
look
we all?
very right. I'm like that nerdy person, but I love dressing up and doing all that kind of fun stuff, but I don't like going out and partying.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to like find people that understand you.
yeah, find your people.
Yeah,
kind
find,
of.
Yeah,
find
yeah.
my
Yeah.
people. But I'm very blessed for the people that I have met down here, like you guys. Like this is kind of like a cute meet serendipity moment.
It's actually funny you say that because we've been talking for like a long time, having like because at the moment like Pat's just had a baby, Bob's had a baby, so leading up to it we knew that like we're gonna have a lot of days where guys can't come in or whatever, because to begin with it was fine. We'd be like, hey, what are we gonna do next week? Yep, we'll do this. We teed it all up like 6-7 days beforehand and we just come in and we did it, and then we had a great time. And like we were running like a well-oiled machine, but we always knew that this was coming up in the background. So we tried to find, like, tee up like mates and stuff that we have, and we've been pretty lucky in that, like Russell and our comedian friends and all these other guys and that we get in to help come in and fill in. But we always sort of said, like, it'd be cool to get like a girl in on the show. And we've actually had people say, like, people commented that on the show, like, when are you going to get a female host in, like a girl host in, and get the female perspective and stuff? And I was like, if we actually knew anyone, like, we would. And then we did
actually have quite a decent, like, female fan base too out there, that, like, a lot of
That's all Pat. That's all Pat. Pat just brings them in.
Well, you know,
Pat brings them in.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say anything about you, Bob. Sorry.
No, they don't
You're
have
so
to.
dreamy.
I'm happily married, so, with child.
It's nice to have fans from afar, though. But yeah, like, and the Freelance Festival was kind of just serendipity the other day. Like, Chris MC'd like a panel and stuff and that for us, and we met you in that there, and we didn't actually ask you, you asked us. So that worked out really well, because we're like, do we think, ask her, she might want to come on or whatever? She doesn't even know. Maybe she will. We were nearly going to advertise, weren't we? We had that conversation. We're like, maybe we just like advertise.
No, you need me.
Yeah.
You're just waiting for me.
Yeah, so it actually worked out to be like serendipity. And you live next door to like one of my best mates as well, Garrett.
Yeah, Garrett. I love Garrett.
Yeah,
He's the
Garrett's a
best.
good bloke. Yeah, I haven't seen him for a while. I was talking to him the other day, actually. It was his birthday.
Garrett!
Happy birthday, Garrett!
Oh shit, Garrett, it was your birthday. I better come over and send you like a box of chocolates or something. Thanks for keeping our cat alive when we were away. But yeah, when you were saying, you know, how I got into the cons and stuff, once I moved down here, I was very fortunate that Chris was still emceeing for Supernova. So I would go to different cons. So we went to Adelaide, Melbourne, Sydney. So then I started, you know, getting more into it, because I'm like, oh yeah, this is cool. I'm meeting and networking with a bigger base of people, which is great for someone like me, because I feel like con season is like it's like a business kind of thing, because you're talking to photographers and businesses, and you're trying to get work. You know,
you're branching out of your circle of like just friends who are kind of into it, and more into like the whole
thinking
umbrella
of the big
kind
picture.
Of yeah.
Yeah, but
That's
I
cool.
love con season, and I'm actually going to Oz Comic Con on June 9th and 10th next month. They're like in less than 2 weeks. No, about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to be a panelist for 2 panels that they're running in the anime section,
awesome.
Which is, one of them is So You Think You Can Mecha, and
Is Chris going to be there? Can he film that so I can watch it like afterwards? Yeah, that'd be great.
It.
I'd like that.
And the other one is, you know, why is cosplaying anime characters so hard? So I'm super pumped and super excited for this. Like, I feel like now is the time. Like, you know, I love cons, and you know, I met my love at a con. Like, you know, for anybody out there who wants a partner and you're geeky and nerdy like us, I recommend going to a con. And when you go to a con, don't try and grab a cosplayer's ass, but maybe just kindly, sweetly admire them from afar, and then maybe if they give you a sweet smile, you can go up and talk to them. Female perspective here, guys. Like,
Hi.
No, I remember I cosplayed Juliet Styling twice, and at the second con I did it, a guy asked to get a photo with me, and you know, that's just a regular thing that happens at cons. So I'm like, yeah, sure, that's fine. And while we were taking the photo, his hand was on my ass. God. And I'm just trying to smile for a photo and just be like that nice patron. And I'm feeling like super uncomfortable all at the same time. And I'm like, you know,
I think the world is in a place right now where you shouldn't have to do that anymore. Like, I think, the public opinion shifted in a good way that has become completely unacceptable. And you know, if someone's grabbing your ass at a con, turn around and fucking call them
consent.
out. Yeah, yes. do not deal with that shit anymore.
Now I know better now, but like, you know, but when it's the first time and it happens to you, you're like, I don't know how to react to this.
You just froze. You just freeze. Yeah. Yeah.
It was so strange. But all the people like that I've met since then and asked for photos have been incredibly respectful and kind.
Yeah.
And that's all you want. Like, you just want to have a fun time and like meet new people that have the same interests as you. And yeah.
There's
So
no
that's
place for those assholes at these things.
No.
Like, no.
Unfortunately, you get them.
I think the good thing about things like the Me Too campaign and stuff
Yes.
happening is like there is this massive spotlight on it now, like everywhere in the media, like, or everyone's getting called out.
Yes.
And so it's starting to make these people think, hopefully, I'm being optimistic here, but hopefully they're starting to think, well, maybe I shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
or maybe someone will call me out if I do that. So
it's a huge thing for women. And,
Yeah.
The people the women that have been brave enough to talk about their experiences is huge. Because they're doing something for all the women who are still scared to talk about it. So, my hat's off, fully support it. And, men and females. It can't just be, men are the culprits, but I think anybody who sexually assaults anybody, whether it be male or female, should be held accountable. And
Exactly.
It's not
Absolutely.
acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, women do it too. Like, it's not just men.
Oh yeah. I mean, the percentages are far outweighed on one side to another,
of course.
but I think it's fair to say that nobody should have to deal
absolutely,
with that shit.
100%.
Yeah.
Wow, got real there.
So real. It was good. I'm gonna have a sip of my beer.
Now, talking about the cosplay community, because like I had like a passing interest in cosplay for a little, not like starting it myself, but like I always found it very like interesting.
You'd make
and
a pretty
stuff.
good Sailor Moon. Like,
I was honestly like because we all like watch Sailor Moon and that. Sailor Jupiter, she is gorgeous.
I love Sailor Jupiter.
Sailor Jupiter's the best.
She's one of my favorites too.
See, boom, high five. Fist bump. Yeah, like I find cosplay very interesting and stuff, but like in the last couple of years, I've just started pay a little bit more attention to it and actually search it out a little bit more and like see what's out there and what people are doing. But like the cosplay community feels very, very open and very inviting and very warm and stuff and that out there. Do you have like any like cosplay kind of idols and that out there? Obviously, like probably one of the biggest cosplayers in the world is Jessica Negri. And they're like but there are so many like talented people out there. And then as well, are there any other ones that kind of take your eye that you kind of, because Instagram's kind of great for like cosplay and that as well. Like you can just go through and check out progress and stuff. And
there's this girl, I've forgotten her name, but I found her on Instagram and she can literally just transform her face into different characters. And it's
just like with makeup and stuff and that as well.
That? Alison Tabitha.
Yeah, she's the one. She's fantastic.
She's incredible. She just has that face, man. It's like that face that every cosplayer wants. Damn it! Like, no, she's incredible. But Negri has really like been like what really got me into cosplay, because for me she was like one of the originals. I just remember seeing her in a cute little Pikachu outfit and I'm like, I don't know who this girl is yet, but I like her lewd style. Like,
and she was the basis for Juliet Starling.
I don't know if she was the basis.
Didn't they have a competition or something like that? Oh no,
she won a competition to do like
for the promotion and stuff.
Promo,
yeah, that's what it was. Yeah,
she was a promo girl.
Yep.
And I saw that and I'm like, like, look,
I think she probably gets a lot of that.
Yeah, just because I am a female, like it doesn't mean that I don't appreciate women. Like, I love lewd cosplays. I love doing lewd cosplays. Like, it's fun. Like, you're allowed to have fun. That's what cosplay is about. There are no rules. So, just because something isn't exact doesn't mean it's wrong. But yeah, I really love Jessica Negri. I love how quirky. I just love her quirk. It's amazing.
And she's incredibly talented in that as well, because you see some of those armor builds and that she's done, and they're insane.
Have you seen her documentary?
She has the documentary?
Oh! Yes! It's pretty new though. I reckon the past maybe 5 or 6 months ago it came out.
Okay.
Yeah, you really should look it up, and it shows her getting like prepped for a con, and she's trying to do this think it's Iluna. Iluna, I think, was the character. I'm not familiar with obviously all of the characters out there. And she was just down to the wire and she couldn't finish it, and it just goes through like how she like makes stuff and where she's come from. It's really it's such a great documentary, and I highly recommend it to anybody who hasn't seen it.
Do you know where it's up? Like YouTube or something, or is it
no,
like an actual paid documentary kind of
thing? It's like a paid doco. You could
so.
Pay to view it. It's not that expensive.
Yep.
I think probably under $10 US.
Yeah, sweet.
I'm quite sure there was a website for it. Rooster Teeth.
There you go. Okay, yeah, cool.
Thanks, Chris.
I love you.
Yeah. He's the guy in the chair.
This is like the Joe Rogan show, and we got someone off the side. It's on the computer. Bring up that clip of the moon landing.
Yeah, but no, just you really should see that doco. It's
okay,
amazing.
I'll check it out. I'll try and track it down.
Yeah,
find out what it is.
Basically, Nigri, is the one that I've really followed, and I know that there are a lot of other talented people out there, but I just haven't looked. I live in Tasmania.
I love when you see a cosplayer do like their own little like a twist on like it's so it's not 100% accurate, but it's like a twist on the costume that's so really like I saw a really cool one of I think it's been floating around for ages of like Jake from Adventure Time. No, Finn from Adventure Time. And it was just this guy with his massive beard and like rocking around with Jake.
That's
and he's
amazing.
Like muscly and shit. It was really cool.
And cosplay is like really fun now because you see like a lot of like guys and girls do crossplay.
Yeah,
so you see
I
like
love
big burly
matchups.
dudes with hairy chests dressed up like Sailor Scouts and stuff, like little skippy skirts
Yes,
and that
I
on.
love seeing those people at cons. They are so fun.
There are some seriously brave people out there that have got like body shapes that I would never imagine myself going
exposing.
out and they just go to town on it. At New York Comic Con, holy crap, man, like the costumes and the things that I saw at that place will stay with me forever.
Will always be remembered.
But man, like props to them. I mean, I could never picture myself going out and doing some of the things that they do.
Yeah, but my advice for like anybody who wants to get into cosplay is if you can't make your own, you can source it and you can find costumes online. Like, eBay is a great source for finding costumes, and Cospicky and Etsy, and even
Etsy's great. I did Star-Lord for my 30th birthday, and I got on Etsy and I found somebody who made like an Eva foam Star-Lord helmet and stuff, and I bought that and it turned up crushed, and then I sent an email and the guy sent me another one for free.
Brilliant.
So, yeah.
Thank you for letting me live my Star-Lord fantasy. But that's you don't have to be an incredible builder or stitcher or embroiderer or whatever you want to call it. You can find help, and that is totally okay. You don't have to build these things yourself.
And there are so many like places online, like on YouTube and that. There's this one guy. He used to be I can't remember the guys. What were they? They were something or whatever. But the guy's gone out on his own. He goes by Odin, and his channel's called Odin Makes. And everyone just messages him like of stuff he wants to make. Like he put up a new video yesterday of people messaging him to make Kratos' Leviathan axe from God of War. And he just made it like an Eva foam. And he's like, hey, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put LED lights like in the actual like blade and stuff, so the runes in that light up. And then
so cool.
He does this video of like just trial and error. Like he starts it off and he's like, didn't work like that. How else am I going to do it? And then he tries it a different way and he gets it done. But he builds like all this stuff, but he builds it out of shit that you could like buy from like Home Depot or Bunnings or whatever here.
Yeah, it's
and
amazing.
it's all like Eva foam and wire and contact cement and all that sort of stuff. And he built like Thor's like Stormbreaker hammer from Infinity War. And he builds all this stuff. Like people just message in. He's like, it's really popular. People want me to make this. And then after like a couple of months in that, he gives something away like that he's built a few months previous, like every episode and stuff. And you see heaps of like these folks like making stuff online of shit you can just buy from the hardware shop.
Yeah.
Imagine like just having those skills and like being able to just live off of making that cool shit.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be
But you can do it yourself.
charge.
Like, a lot of it's trial and error. Like, when I did the Star-Lord costume, I didn't finish them, but I planned on making Star-Lord's, like, ankle jets from Guardians of the Galaxy, obviously. And I literally went to Bunnings and I just went to, like, the PVC pipe section, and I was just looking at all the different PVC fittings. I was just going through it, and I was like, oh, I could get this and get this bit of PVC pipe and cut that. And I did it. And, like, I made these rocket things. I never finished them. I never did, like, the week. It's a week to my birthday. I've got to finish it. And I'm like, I just won't worry about it. But they're in the cupboard there somewhere. Like, I built the base for them just, like, out of PVC pipe fittings. And they look pretty cool. Like, if I finished them and stuck a few bits on there and painted them and that, they would look pretty cool from a distance.
You know, you don't have a baby. You got time. you got some cancelled shows. You
can make me some jets.
Well, one of my plans was I wanted to make Hellboy's right hand of doom.
Oh, nice.
Like, yeah,
Sick.
like I wanted to like make it like a glove and that.
Oh, yeah.
Of it, yeah. That was one of the plans I had for this year.
Well, hey, it's the middle of the year. You still got another, like...
Still bloody early.
I'm holding you accountable.
Hellboy doesn't come out for another 6 months. I got 6 months before the next Hellboy movie comes out.
Oh, there's another one? That's exciting.
Oh, yeah.
I love Hellboy.
David Harbour, too. Like,
David Harbour, yep.
Stranger Things.
Neil Marshall directing, Dog Soldiers, The Descent, Centurion. Yeah.
Brilliant.
I'm
She's directing
excited.
that.
I think that's going to be a fucking ripper film.
You better make sure you're free that night.
I will.
It's not a Star Wars movie, mate. You don't have to double that.
Yeah.
You can come with me on that one.
I'll be like, to Hales, I'll be like, it's just Hellboy, and she'll be like, go, leave. It's fine.
Leave me to my Real Housewives of Melbourne.
No.
That's a great show.
That's
though.
like an insult to your wife.
She
I'm
does
so
not watch
sorry.
that shit.
I'm so,
I do.
Haley, I'm
She'll
so
be
sorry.
She'll be watching bloody
Breaking Bad, Narcos.
Yeah.
What's that rapey show?
Handmaid-
Outlander.
Handmaid's Tale. She'll be
I
watching
love
fucking
Outlander and Handmaid's Tale.
Oh man, I'm
good.
so ready to get into the next season of that one. Or
Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
You know,
Handmails.
it's already started airing.
Yeah.
So good.
Just waiting for come on ABC iView or whatever.
Yeah, SBS.
SBS, whatever it is. The
I
SBS
don't
on
know. I
demand.
watch it online when it comes out, like a couple hours afterwards. I don't have time to wait for this shit.
Waiting.
Do the same for Game of Thrones. What am I talking about? Except I just go to Pat. I'm like, have you got Game of Thrones yet? Gotta come and get it.
So back to Overwatch, because I am
All right,
a
okay.
big Overwatch noob.
Yeah.
So do you guys play on PC or
We
had it on PS4.
Yeah.
PS4?
I say had because I don't have it anymore.
Why?
Because I sold it.
Why?
Because
I still have
I had
it,
no
but
one to
it's
play
not-
with. I don't really like playing online by myself.
Well, guess
The whole point
what?
of multiplayer online is I like to play with the boys.
Yeah, of course. Well, guess what? I got a PS4 version for my birthday that I haven't loaded in yet because I've been playing it on computer. But yeah, we should definitely have a time where we group up and
Now I gotta
I'll
go
show
buy.
you how to play.
Gotta go buy another copy now.
Yeah.
They get schooled. Yeah.
Oh, it's actually free this weekend.
Yeah,
it's free on
weekend.
the it's free
Yeah,
on the
it
PlayStation
is.
Store this
So-
weekend.
Ooh, there you go.
Same with Shadow of Mordor. Shadow of War, the second one.
Ooh,
It's
shit.
free for the weekend.
But yeah. I
reckon
highly
it'll
recommend
download in time.
Just download it overnight, mate.
And look, now is a great time to play because it's the anniversary event. And this anniversary event is 2 years. Every single skin from past events is available to get. So if there are skins you missed that you really loved, you don't have to wait a year to get them. They're open
all
right
in it.
now, which is amazing. And all the
So you just have to play a shitload and hope that you win.
yeah,
done at the
or you
end.
just get like the coins if you get duplicates because you
Okay.
get the coinage.
Yep.
And then you can buy the skin with the fake coinage.
Do you go mad for all the skins and stuff and the
yeah.
the emotes and stuff?
Yes.
I see people like because on Instagram and stuff because that's where you see like a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Like people go mad for skins. Like when there's a
Yes.
special event or something like
Oh,
that.
shit, I'm
and
playing it
they
all day.
advertise like what the skins and that are. Like I'll see someone take a screenshot of
Yeah,
like
I
take a
search
photo
for
of their
the
screen and be like,
links.
I'm going to be playing all fucking weekend to get this skin.
Yeah.
I need it.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
there's a magician
it's
Symetra skin.
it's a first person
So there's
shooter.
a-
You can't see yourself.
So there's a lot that like you can't buy. You have to win through these events and stuff.
Yeah,
Or...
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you see, what happens is you get in-game coin if you get duplicates. So when you get a loot crate after you level up
Yeah.
one level, let's say there's something in there that you've already got, well, they'll give you a little bit of coin for that. So then you can just like start saving your coin, because when you play it as much as I do, you get a lot of duplicates. So I've got like nearly about 7,000 coin now. So if I wanted to, I could buy 2 new event skins, but I would rather wait till the end of the event, see what skins I do get in the boxes, and then cash in what I don't get.
Yeah.
Because you want to save your coin for those special moments. But yeah, if you were to play Overwatch, Brent, what apart from Bastion, is there any other character you enjoy playing or would want to play?
I liked Hanzo.
Really?
I like playing as Hanzo.
Upgrade?
Yeah, Hanzo was pretty cool. What was the dude? I did like Reaper, but he had the real short range shotguns and that.
Yeah.
Like I see people, like you watch people play with these characters and
He
they
tears through
just
tanks.
they destroy.
They
like
do.
people know how to play.
Yeah.
Like Fortnite, for example. Just going off tangent real quick. Like Fortnite the other day, they just released jetpacks. So you had jetpacks in the game,
Cool.
and within 8 hours, there are people doing all these things with jetpacks that were never intended. I'm like, people have been playing, like, people play this stuff so much
creative.
that they learn things and get creative, like, straight away. Like, you don't have time. Like, I'm not that kind of guy. Like, a multiplayer will open, I'll be like, yeah, I'll try that after I finish the thing. But people just buy these games, like, just for the multiplayer, or just for the online content. Obviously, Overwatch is just that game. But, like, the amount of time and hours and that people put into these games, like,
It's insane.
I just can't. I can't do it. Yeah.
Like, you were rattling off the acronyms right at the start of the show there, like
Just
nothing
like, yeah,
else. The
yeah,
DPS
nothing.
and the triple D
Yeah.
damage, health buff.
Yeah. No, it's...
Do you actually talk like that when you play? Like, and everyone sort of fully understands like what's going on.
Yeah. Like I really love playing competitive. I find it really hard to just play quick play these days because there's structure in competitive, and usually you get a team that wants to talk and cooperate to like win.
Unless idiots
fight.
that are just like running around like us.
Yeah,
like,
some people won't get on comms and stuff, which is really frustrating in comp because you need that team composition and you need to communicate, especially in comp if you want to win.
Yep.
So you can like coordinate attacks and like focus certain people if they're low, like you know. But what I really, really love about Overwatch, and I'm sure other online communities as well, is that, you know, for people like me who don't get out a lot, it's a great way to talk and meet new people without the pressure of having to see someone.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you're pretty lonely, you can just go online and it's like, oh, Kid is online, Little Penguin's online, you know. I can, you know, fab bat and
without the small
shout,
talk
love-
kind of.
Yeah.
like, you
I'm
know,
gonna hang out with my Overwatch buddies.
yeah, and I've like created some really beautiful relationships with people that, you know, I've never met in real life, and some people I haven't even seen their faces.
Yeah.
I'm actually really glad you brought that up, because I wanted to ask you, like, you know, you play online and stuff, and like a lot of these like communities and stuff, they're so toxic. Like,
They are.
what's the Overwatch community like now? Because when we played, there was probably a little bit of that. You get the odd person like, oh, fuck this, fuck your mum, and all this bullshit and whatever. And that, like, how's the Overwatch community now? It's like, I imagine like Blizzard, it's probably very tightly monitored and all that kind of thing.
They are trying to tightly monitor it at the moment because there has been, you know, a lot of toxicity in the game. You know, for example, sometimes if a male hears me on comms, they'll be like, oh, you're a female, you need to get back in the kitchen and start cooking.
It's just like, fuck off, mate.
Yeah, you get those people, and
This
it's
kid's like 14 or something.
no, they're like our age.
Oh,
they're
wow.
they're grown men. They're not kids. They're just
it out.
being
Actually, kids of today,
sexist.
I give them bad credit. Kids of today actually probably far more better than adults of today.
Yeah,
you know,
you get the odd kid in your game who will be like really loud and obnoxious and silly.
Yeah.
But you know, once you kind of find your crew, you try to stick with your crew as much as you can.
Yeah.
Add to your friends list.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, they're I think because now there are a lot of options for like reporting, and there's a new one called Avoid as teammate. So, you know, I think people are starting to realize that they're being held accountable for their actions, and if they keep this up, they'll be banned, and which is great on Blizzard's part, but also I'm sure you can imagine the thousands and millions of emails they get a week of reports of people being shitheads.
Yeah.
Like, but I have really, really loved getting to know these people online and learning a bit about their stories, and as well as just loving a game together and playing. Like, it's amazing.
Where do you stand on? I heard rumblings of a potential Overwatch 2. Where do you stand on that? Would you prefer them to just continue on like creating this Overwatch 1 better, or would you jump ship onto a new platform?
That's a very, very good question that you've asked. See, I don't know how they could do a 2, because they're always adding new characters and maps to 1. Like, how do you make something that's so good better?
So you look at like Destiny.
That's the problem with these online games, yeah.
And then they took it to 2. I have a feeling though, I don't know if this has been officially said or not.
Oh, there'll definitely be a second one.
No. I think this is the opposite. Look at Blizzard over the years. Like, World of Warcraft is still going.
Yeah.
It's still going, the original game.
Like The Sims. Just being upgraded.
And even if they do release the second ones, because they have released, you know, like sequels, StarCraft 2, blah, blah. I mean, the gap between StarCraft 1 and 2 was like a decade, maybe more. But I'm getting the feeling that Blizzard are just going to like ride the wave as long as they possibly can.
That makes sense.
And then release the second one. And just ride that for another 10 years, because they're kind of all about making one product great that they can build a community and just continue that for as long as possible.
Because then you have the problem, like, for example, tomorrow Overwatch 2 gets announced. Oh, okay, Overwatch 2 is coming out. Oh, it's a surprise, it's getting released in January. Okay. You've got to do something new. You can't just release the same characters. There have to be character redesigns and stuff. And they're like, oh, what have you done? Release the original...
all the work that you've just put in for the last year and a bit, is undone. I think that's what happened with Destiny. They released that game. Because Destiny's plan was to be a 10-year life cycle or something like that. And the game's still going, but no one's playing it because everyone's playing Destiny 2 now. Yeah. And then no one's playing Destiny 2 now because they burned their bridges there. But
because I've got over 200 hours on d.va, and apparently that's a big deal. When people look at my career profile, they're like, "Whoa, you have 200 hours on d.va," and I'm like,
that's on one character.
I do, just on one character, yeah.
Wow. And there's like 30 characters or something?
Yeah. There's,
holy shit.
But my most played characters are D.va, Moira, and Symetra.
Wow.
Yeah. And the Torb, I do love the Torb. He carries. You just put a turret down and you don't have to aim that well.
Does it tell you like on your Steam account, or is it through Steam you play, or through Battle.net?
Through Battle.net, yeah.
Doesn't tell you like the hours put into your actual like overall.
Oh, that's a good question. I think so. I haven't really
too scared to look.
I haven't thought of looking because.
Oh, you'll have to let us know.
Yeah, I will. But yeah, I feel like we should all have like a day and like stream on Twitch or something and group up. And
that's an area we haven't even talked about. Like you're streaming, like
Twitchy.
Yeah.
We haven't even talked about films yet. We'll get to that. in a minute before we wrap it up. Before we were talking about it before, but Junkrat, I like playing as Junkrat as well. Yeah, Junkrat is pretty cool. And he does the big thing, yeah. I like.
Go on, give it a shake.
Oh, terrible Aussie accents. But no, I tried playing Junkrat a little bit before I got rid of it, and I actually enjoyed playing as him.
He's fun.
Soldier 76 is just a great generic character.
He's original
to play as.
senpai. I love 76.
Yeah, he's a pretty cool character. He's got like the blue jacket and stuff, and the Cyclops visor and that. It's pretty wicked.
It's dope.
Tell us about Twitch a little bit.
Twitch. Well, I haven't streamed too much on it because obviously first you need a fan base and you also need to work out when you want to stream, like, you can't just go on and be like, hey, I'm on Twitch, come watch me now. Like, what I'm kind of learning is
we're in Tasmania,
yeah,
where no one's awake while we are.
Exactly. Like, so what I'm kind of learning right now is like trying to work out when is a good time to stream, because you want people to look at your channel. But yeah, I do a little bit of streaming Overwatch on Twitch, which I really love, and I'm gonna try to get into it more and understand it a bit more, because Twitch is a little bit, for me, it's quite complicated to set up, especially when you're adding, you know, your cameras and stuff to the screen. And you know, I've been...
Bit of a tech side involved before you even get into the game, kind of thing. Yeah,
and, you know, when you're not playing game, you know, people have, like, subs and stuff on the side and the count, and you want to be able to, like, make it look pretty. and
be able to manage it while you're playing.
And manage it
yeah,
and understand
sure.
it. Yeah, so I'm going to be getting more into that, which I'm excited about, because I think Twitch is the new YouTube.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've been watching this streamer called Cupcake, and she's been doing a lot of Overwatch streaming and doing competitive, and she's like high diamond and stuff, which is big in competitive play. And you know, because she's in the US, she starts streaming at like 2 a.m. in the morning, and you know, the past couple of days I've been up till like 4 or 5 a.m. just watching her streams, because it's just so good and it's fun. Like, it's really fun to just see a female like enjoy a game, because it's so stereotyped, I feel, you know, that gaming is just for men. But I have met so many incredible, talented female gamers.
Gamers. You watched so many Twitch streams that you like start to adopt the American accent.
Oh, that happened when I was a child. But yeah, like it is
though.
Fun.
Like I hate that idea of like, you know, the guys playing the Xbox while we're doing something else. It's like it's bullshit. Like you know, there's a great female like audience and base out there that are playing games and fucking way better than us too.
Oh yeah,
yeah, for sure.
I'm sure I could own both of you guys. Yeah,
no
shit. Yeah,
I'm a little bit intimidated by getting on there and you like schooling the crap out of it.
Yeah, I'll be like, soldier. One. He's one. Get him.
Slow down.
We need a hit scan. Pharaoh's in the sky. We need a soldier and McCree. You know,
like
I'm just getting anxious just thinking about being on that crew.
I think I just picked up an ammo box. Is this an ammo box?
What is an ammo box?
We'll be the Pats of that game. How does anyone have any fucking fun playing this game?
Yeah, when we were playing Battlefield 1.
We got Pat pissed. Like, Pat got drunk playing Battlefield with us one night, and we're trying to like work together as a squad and play and stuff, and he's just running around the other side of the map. He's like, oh. And you hear him just like talking in the... Oh, I found a tank. I'm gonna get this tank. Where are you guys?
Shot me.
And then he died. Tank. Oh, there's a guy. Oh, I just shot him. Oh, he killed me with one hit. Oh, I shot him first. How does anyone have any fun? Oh, you tell him that. Tell him that.
That's the one rule in competitive play when you're doing multiplayer online. You have to group up with your team.
I think in Battlefield, they need like a rope that you can just lasso Paddy.
Pull him in.
Like pull him around.
Well, maybe much do that.
Red Dead can do that. We
can just lasso him, just drag him behind us. Like, nope, you're not going that way. Come on. Well, I think we might start to wrap it up.
It's been a pretty good episode.
Yeah, but before we do, I just want to ask you a couple more questions.
Yes, of course.
We didn't get to talk about film at all. Just give me a quick rundown of like film and that you're into, because that's my jam. I just eat up film.
You mentioned The Matrix. I love The Matrix. Gosh, I love everything. The Marvel Universe. Like when I remember the first Marvel movie I saw was X-Men. My brother had a couple of DVDs, Marvel DVDs, and it was X-Men, and I think there was the first Hulk and X-Men 2, Daredevil, and Iron Man. And I saw X-Men, and I'm like, holy shit, this is amazing. And then I saw Iron Man, and I'm like, oh my god! So I love, the Marvel and DC cinematic universe. I really have a love. Gosh, what
How'd you like Infinity War? Have you seen it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Wow, it was great. I loved being able to see all these characters come together. It was a bit hard to keep up with, when you just watch it once. I'm sure when I see it a second time, I'll be like, oh yeah, this is easier to understand because there was just so much happening in Infinity War.
Yeah, it is. I saw it a second time. Yeah,
Such a pace. Yeah.
But I loved it. I really loved it. The characters are amazing, and I really love the banter between the characters. I think that's what really makes the movies.
Where the heart was. Yeah, where the heart of the movie was. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
But yeah, I love a lot of teen kind of movies,
10 Things I Hate About You.
Girls.
Mean Girls.
Mean Girls. The typical female kind of movies.
I like some of those movies.
You are partial.
Dirty Dancing is the one film that every single man should own on DVD. I've said this before on the show. Every single man should own a copy of Dirty Dancing on DVD. Not only because it's a good movie, but when the ladies come over, you can be like, hey, do you want to watch Dirty Dancing?
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Nobody puts Brenty in a corner. Except right now, because I'm literally in a corner.
But
Did you see the He-Man ad that they put out recently where they took off Dirty Dancing?
Oh, the dancing one with Skeletor. Fuck, that was good. Yeah.
Oh, there was an ad in the US and they did He-Man and Skeletor and they did that whole scene in the bar. And
that's cool.
It's fucking excellent. You have to. I'll bring it up.
Yeah, that'd be great.
At the end of the thing.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Kill Bill, Jurassic Park.
Oh, Kill Bill.
I was going to rewatch Kill Bill today. I thought of that at work this morning.
So good. Just the typical stuff. I'm really watching a lot of TV shows. That's really where my jam is at the moment.
TV is the new
Westworld,
the high form of
Handmaid's
storytelling at the
Tale,
moment.
Riverdale.
That's the Archie one, yeah.
Yeah, it's such a interesting spin and take on the comic. Oh gosh, I'm really loving Supergirl and Gotham and.
Are you going to give Krypton a go? Because I've heard Krypton's actually pretty good.
I've started watching Krypton. Chris and I started watching it, and we got a little bit lost. We paused an episode and didn't finish watching it, and we've kind of not continued it yet, as of yet. But it seemed really cool at the beginning. I really loved the idea, but I also think a bit of the magic is kind of not there because you're on Krypton and nobody has superpowers because Supergirl's powers are powered by our sun, and they don't have our sun in Krypton, so
everyone's pretty much just regular Joe Blow.
Yeah, they're just like regular Joes, dying and not having superpowers. I think the cast and the set are beautiful and incredible and really well thought out, but I'm really interested to see where the script goes.
Well, I didn't read any official reviews, but just from headlines and that, I saw the last 2 episodes of the first season were bloody corkers. They were really good apparently, so yeah.
I'll have to check it out. But yeah, I love, you mentioned Outlander. I binge watched that. I hadn't watched Outlander at all, and I binge watched it 2 months ago, and from season 1 to the recent one.
That's a meaty show.
Yeah, and now I'm an official member of Droughtlander. Waiting for it to come back. Droughtlander. And I love Game of Thrones. All
who
those
doesn't?
True Blood is
oh, man.
I was upset. I still am obsessed with True Blood, but when it was out, I was incredibly
I was real into True Blood.
Yeah, me too.
Days.
Everyone was. It was the hit show, when it came out. Yeah.
Suki.
Kind of. I don't know.
Stackhouse.
It took a nosedive towards the end. I think
it did.
But it was set
really
up
strong.
in such an interesting
so good
area.
Even the way they filmed it, the cinematography and the tones of the show, the color tones,
and
the
that
palette.
deep south kind of Christian kind of tones and all that kind of playing in with their vampire stuff was really interesting.
Yes.
But it just kind of devolved over time.
Yeah,
It was a
when
bit
they
of a
put
shame.
werewolves in, I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm sorry. I'm not a team Jacob. I'm a team Edward.
And
Like,
it just kind of ended up like dudes standing around with their shirts off and like their 8-packs out. And,
yeah, like
like,
that's cool for a while.
that's all right for a little bit,
It's
but
alright.
after a while, when you're doing it every episode,
Yeah.
like for 20 minutes, I'm
It's
like,
about
it's time to rein it in.
sugar.
It did the Buffy thing. Like,
Yeah,
you start off and you've got one person who's important, and then as the series progresses season by season, this person turns out to be a shapeshifter, and this person's a witch, and this person's a fairy, and this person's this
Yeah.
and this.
Yeah,
and then by
all
the
this stuff
time
happened.
you get towards the end of the show, every single main character
Has
on
a
the show who
superpower.
Some
lives in
kind
this
of
small town
mythical creature.
has some kind of gimmick related to the
Yeah.
show.
But also, I've been watching Siren. It's like a mermaidy kind of show, but
Yep.
the mermaids are like, they will devour and eat you if you get in the water. Like,
Awesome.
Okay.
yeah, it's really cool. I really love the mermaid Rin, the main mermaid who comes on land. Like, she'll have like this hiss and she'll go. Oh. I really love it. Like when she's like threatened, she'll be like. And so I've been doing that a lot lately too. Just like, you don't like something? You poking me? Am I hungry? Feed me? You know?
Thundercats.
All right, Maz, I've got one last question for you before
Ooh,
we
make
wrap
a
it
good
up.
one.
Ray Ayanami or Oscar Langley Soryu?
Oscar.
I knew you'd say Oscar.
But I feel like
didn't
they are
understand
very
a thing.
Anime.
They are very close. Like I really resonated with Ray a lot more than I did Oscar. But I just love Oscar's personality. Like she's very vivacious and like silly, whereas Ray is a bit more dark and subdued, obviously, because she's a clone. But yeah, they're very neck and neck. Like if you were gonna ask me a question like who were your favorite characters, I would say Oscar and Ray. But Oscar is bae, but like Ray is like the cool personality. You know.
And Oscar's a fiery redhead as well.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And I'm a fiery pinkhead.
All right, then one more question. Which was your favorite Ava? I couldn't go past Unit 1, but I always really liked Unit 0, the blue version. Unit 3 was pretty cool as well. They're all awesome.
They are awesome. The one that Shinji was in.
Unit 1.
Unit 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like the original, you know?
It's the best. And it had like
Yeah.
a horn.
Yeah.
Like with green stripe on it. It was wicked.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to have to rewatch that
I
now.
remember
Yeah, me
coming
too.
around I came down to your place, like when we were like 17, and you had the figures like in your room, and we went over to touch them, and you were like, "Stay away."
Do you have a death wish?
Hands off that. Like, we were like, "What is this thing?" And you're like, "Don't fucking touch that. Put that back."
I still have that figure. I'm gonna bring him in and integrate him into the
how
beard
is he not
cave.
in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to be in here.
Yeah, all right.
I wanna
I'll do
see.
that tomorrow.
There's not a fingerprint on that thing. Like no one's touched that since like 1998. Like it's pristine.
Ooh, original.
All right, then we might wrap it up. Bobby Baxter, people want to find you online. Where can they find you?
myname.com, bobbybaxter.com, or Bobby Baxter.
Myname.com. Just go to myname.com.
myname.com.
bobbybaxter.com, or Bobby Baxter Cartoons on Instagram and Facebook. And oh shit,
Webtoons?
A blah, blah, blah.
yeah, well I'm on Webtoon.
Well, people aren't
Webtoon
going to
as
hear
well.
this tomorrow, but next weekend.
Next weekend. Like you're gonna miss the premiere because it's happening like tomorrow morning. But the show that I've been working on for the last year is coming out. Nate is late.
Oscar is late.
Yeah, or Oscar is late, or Charlie is...
Or Tardy, Tarley.
Charlie is tardy.
Marie is always late.
Italy or something. He's got a different name in every country. But Nate is late is going to be on tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock on 9. If you're in Australia, check
So
it out.
excited. I'm so proud of you, man.
Thank you.
It's a lot of hard work.
2 episodes tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, two episodes. So every Saturday it starts at 11 and 11:30, and then on Sundays it's like 7:30 in the morning. But yeah, you know, if you're up that early, chuck it on channel 9 Go, I think it is.
Nice.
And what's Nate is late about?
Two kids basically trying to walk to school every day, and something goes crazy wrong for 11 minutes. And they're always late.
Aliens, adventures.
Yep, aliens, Roman ruins, mummies, vampires, mermaids, everything. Like,
Wicked.
yeah.
Brilliant.
And Maz, if people want to find you online, where can they go?
Well, first you can go to mariewalter.com, and that's with an IE, not a double E. And there's no S on the Walter.
myname.com as well.
Yeah, myname.com. And Mazland on Instagram and Twitter and Twitch, and mkitty1 on YouTube. Yeah.
Sweet.
Check it out.
Yeah.
And if you want to find the Bearded Geeks online, you can go to Facebook, facebook.com/Bearded Geeks Pod. We're also on SoundCloud and iTunes if you want to listen to and download the show. And we're on YouTube because that's one I always plug. We're on Instagram at the Bearded Geeks, and we're on Twitter at Bearded Geeks Pod, which I am actively trying to be more present on. So I'm posting heaps more on Twitter. Follow me, I'll follow you back. I don't know how it works, but I'll work it out. But yeah, like Twitter's pretty good. There's a good community in that on Twitter and that as well. And as Patrick Brown would want to say, if you want to say,
if Patrick Brown wanted to say,
it's been a while since we had Sean. Patrick Brown wanted to say, but go to TeePublic, buy a Blade t-shirt.
Yeah.
yeah, do it.
Maz, thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me. It's
Bloody
been a blast.
legend.
Maybe you'd like to come back in the future and guest Beard on the show again.
I'd love to guest Beard, and I'll wear a beard next time.
Ooh.
For real.
Pink beard.
Pink beard, yeah.
You can probably get those on eBay. We'll have to have a look.
Yeah, I reckon. Got to
All right,
keep it with the aesthetic.
Thanks very much, Bob. Always
you.
a pleasure.
I thank you.
And thanks everyone for listening. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you all next week on the Bearded Geeks.
Sayonara.
Hey!